Despite Fortnite's historic rise to popularity, it's lost almost everything that once made it so good, and the player base is now in a slow decline. So today I'm gonna explain how that happened, how the game started, and how they could turn things around. It all began in late 2017 when Fortnite capitalized on the Battle Royale genre going viral and turned their cartoony survival game into a Battle Royale. Fast forward to early 2018 and Fortnite was the most popular game in the world. But why? Well, just think back. Imagine it's 2018, the map and graphics looked like this, and there was this new building mechanic which brought a whole new spin to the BR genre, making Fortnite stand out from all other battle royales. There were super cool live events happening every season that players were eagerly looking forward to all the time, and everyone was invested into the storyline. We had fun LTMs like the Getaway, 50v50 and Food Fight that were constantly rotating in and out every week, making for a really fun experience. The menus looked like this and were very simplistic and easy to use. So that's how Fortnite became the biggest game in the world, but why is the player base decreasing? Well, fast forward to today and pretty much everything has been changed. The map has gone from being cartoony and vibrant to instead looking more like Call of Duty. Also, the story and live events have become much more irrelevant as events have gone from being once a season to once a year. And even Donald Mustard, one of the creators of Fortnite, openly said that Epic doesn't think events are essential to the game anymore, and he thought that was sad. And honestly, I gotta say I agree, because I truly think events were one of the best things about Fortnite back in the day. One more thing that's been updated quite a lot is the menus and UI. And as of today, people aren't a fan of how cluttered some of it looks, especially when talking about the locker and item shop. Personally, I actually don't mind the big item shops because you have a bigger catalog to choose from, but when it comes to the locker, I am not a big fan. The OG locker was frankly much easier to use and even looked better if you ask me. And what's even crazier is that Epic removed rarities on all skins and items in the locker because they thought it was outdated. And let's just say people were not agreeing. Another big L for Epic is that they've completely stopped having LTMs, with the exception of the Froze Lava LTM they just recently removed. So that's why Fortnite is declining, but has the updates really been all bad, and can they still turn things around? I'll get to that in a bit, but first we have to keep in mind that Epic always eventually had to change. Because let's be honest, if we never got a different map and we were still stuck on the Chapter 1 map, the game would have died ages ago. Also, let's not forget, they've also added tons of great features like sprinting, mantling and sliding, which have been great quality of life changes. So no, it's not all been bad, but how can Fortnite get back to their prime? Well, this is how I would do it. For a start, I would add Siphon where you get 50 health every elimination, and I'm pretty sure the vast majority of players want this in the game. After that, I would go to graphics, cause this is how the game should look like if you ask me. Just look at how vibrant and magical the game used to look like. And then there's today. It's just not the same, however, don't get me wrong, this would look great for a game like Call of Duty or other realistic games, but for Fortnite, it doesn't really work. Ideally, I would just revert back to this kind of art style that in my opinion fit the game much more. However, I do get that Epic would never do that because they've worked super hard on these realistic and what still is beautiful graphics. So to meet in the middle, I will start by bringing back the OG Storm Clouds because it just looked so much better in my opinion. And so now that I have the old Storm Clouds, I would just make the graphics more vibrant and kind of implement just a tad bit of the cartoony style that Chapter 1 and 2 had. So far we've added back Siphon, the OG Storm Clouds, and made the game more saturated. Pretty good progress so far, but we're not done quite yet, because what I believe to be the most important part is coming up next. But first, on a quick side note, I would really appreciate if you could sub to help me reach 100k. Finally, here's the last 3 things that I would do to make Fortnite better. The first one is to have 1 or 2 LTMs cycling through weekly, just like in Chapter 1. This would make the game feel more fresh and just overall more fun. The second to last thing that I would do is to make live events once again happen every season, just like it used to be before Donald Mustard retired. Players would now have something to look forward to and motivate them to play all season. And as for the third and final thing, I would simply reintroduce the rarities to all skins and items, and once and for all fully revert the locker UI.